Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to the Crust once more. How good of you to join and still stick around. We continue onwards right away with our base that is right now producing a lot of materials for my first colonists primarily at the moment. A place to live it is, install a kitchen, a farm and beds as well. Now beds is not the major problem here, it is actually kitchens and farms, that stuff that we haven't found yet and I still haven't found it yet. There's the high voltage power system. So I hope that the kitchen and stuff like that is here then. So we still will need to do a bit of research before we can actually go for these, right? Colonist hiring market is something we're going to need, and there's the high voltage power system. In that case, we're still providing also the other two tags here before we can advance. So yeah, that's that. We are a bit limited with research right now. So a bit more research couldn't hurt, but we have very good research already. 600 for 2 resources at least. For the social research is only 120, but then again, we don't have anything that needs social input right now other than the smart concrete factory. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could actually do this, no props, right? So we could purchase some tech in the paid lab again. Let's just get up there to the distress signal right now, what we're doing with the rover, and then we're probably purchasing us a bit more research power. Now, another thing is fix the cargo terminal, top secret, load drones and resources into a cargo truck and send them to make repairs here. This one is also tricky. We have everything for it except the modular terminals. Once again, a resource that I have no idea about at the moment. We could check our big storage that we have there, and I can see that we don't have the modular frames, we don't have anything modular really. So once again, that is something that I will need to provide then as well somehow, right? So in this case here, there it is, modular terminals that we have. I haven't found a factory for it yet, right? So no idea. There it is, probably the modular terminals factory produces modular terminals. But this is so far away from my progress right now that I have no idea how we can do this in a timely manner. Now, in this case here, we focus also on the next one, and that is the rare minerals finally, right? Power production is fantastic, and I would really like to start with this because this opens up the microcircuit production for us. And with that, we have the rare minerals refinery over here, right? And this takes in the hard rocks that we find over here. We haven't found a deposit for this one yet, so I don't know where we really need to place it. I'm probably just going to place it a bit further outside, so we have room here for my iron production then in the full swing, and then we have a bit of an output here as well. We will not need that ore scanner here for a very long time, so we might as well also consider deleting it. Let's excavate a bit more here to open up more space, right? This one is going to be my next production of choice now, so we're going to put it in here right away. The drones unfortunately will need to do the delivering again, right? So there I can't see a way of actually doing it any other way except like this. So we have the input here for the regolith in the bulk research storage, and this is delivering it. I think this makes sense because it can store theoretically way more than the factory itself, right? So bulk research storage, and let's just have it up here as well so we can provide then multiple of these factories if it comes to that. That would be my main goal here now. All right. With this also, whoops, we do need another thing, and that is then the microcircuits factory. So this is taking in silicon and the rare earth metals that we're getting out of the rare minerals refinery. There it is. And rare earth minerals will need to be inputted. It's the only input, lucky us. And it's producing then rare earth elements, also slag. Yeah. Here we take the rare earth, right? And we're going to put this one then on the output for that one. Alright, so my drones have to deliver to this one. And drone setting, do not deliver anything to this one. Deliver it to this one. That makes more sense to me, right? Because we can go way more. Actually, this one has 240 rare earth minerals.
Detected a faint emergency signal coming from a point not far from us.
So we have reached the station. I'm James Sullivan, station employee. 3 of us have food and water. Base 4 and 5 are depressors. Need repairs, materials. We need help. I repeat, need help. Interference is making it difficult to pinpoint the exact location. According to signal data, there should be a radar station, number 23 in this area. Alright, we also need to find a way of doing this. We're wasting research points, yeah. Ooh. Actually go up there and purchase us now the paid lab. Right, so my rover goes over there. Now let's go for the wreckage first. It's really just there, right? That's not a big deal. Distress signal and cargo terminal. All right. Those are the things right now. And then we have a contract that we need to fill. And it's this one here. Now, I've been thinking about it, right? I have no idea how we make nanotubes at this point. We need a lot of them though, right? And 21 more days we get for the bonus. And the bonus is 230,000 credits and lots of tech as well. I want to finish this one. How can we do this? By purchasing the nanotubes off the market. Let's just have a look at that. So we need 65, right? If I want to make this work. 65. That is 85,000 credits. So even with purchasing this, we're still making bank, right? We're still making a profit out of this. So let's purchase the nanotubes off it. We could also sell then something at some point. We'll just see. So it's coming in. And immediately we can then actually do the contract. Once the resources are in. They should be then just dropped here. There they are. And now we should be able to actually finish this contract. Just like that. Perfect. And the titanium plates we have. Anyway. Oh, standard cargo pod? What is this? We need a bigger cargo pod. That will cost me a bit more fees. But that's okay. Because the fees are negligible, right? It's like 2,000 more credits. That's still okay. We're still making over 180,000 credits out of this one here. With the bonus. And we finish that mission. That's the important thing as well. Alright, this is on its way. Titanium plates we're consuming with that again as well. So we have them here. Might also be worth it to have a look at that. There we have it, right? The rolling mill. It is completely full. Overloaded. Right? The rest is actually queuing up here right now for titanium. So having a second rolling mill would make sense to me. Yeah, I haven't really run into the problem of getting titanium plates in. So it should be fine. Let's go ahead and do this. Get us another rolling mill. There it is. And yeah, let's have it here because there's the space for it. Input. And we're going to have the belt here. Getting this one in and getting this one out again. Easy. And that's it. Also make a connection. Alright, and with that we have a whole new factory up and doubling our titanium plate. Crash site we have arrived. In a desolate lunar valley lies the wreckage of a crashed spacecraft. The cylindrical body and remnants of solar panel mounts suggest it was a satellite disabled in the explosion and fell from the orbit. Scorch marks and signs of extreme heat are evident, telling of the catastrophic event that caused its downfall. The scene is both awe-inspiring and tragic, a stark reminder of the perils of lunar exploration. Yeah, we get 60 signs for everything. And that is once again also part of the explosion that we had at the orbital station, right? Alright, I'm also going to build me a few more batteries. It's looking crazy here already. But we need to. Could think about letting me some 4 more here and some 4 more here. And yeah, well, the crash site actually has some stuff that we could need, like rare earth elements and microcircuits again. Let's just select my cargo truck once more and get us this. There is no requirement or anything else. We can just do it like that. And it's also close, so we definitely should use it. Alright, call for help. That would be for my rover. So my rover needs to go down here now anyway to the paid lab. And then we continue to the call for help. Alright, there's also these things here, right? Solar energy. To repair these projects. With lots of resources though. It's something that I'm not super eager to do. Oh, there's also a faraway transit station down there. That we might consider. And what's going on? Not enough resources. We have finished the contract. 230,000 credits, reputation, and lots of tech again as well. With that, we get the next one of these guys here right away. And of course, it's even more difficult. And this time around, I will not be able to fix this. Carbon fiber. Complete the Winds of Change contract. So that's that. Output we still need. And I'm going to make another storage then here somewhere. And we're probably going to have it a bit further away, so I can have then multiple of these factories coming together. And this one has then the rare earth elements. Connecting it. Yeah, why is there not enough resources for production? What's going on here? Is the belt not working? Alright, strange. There you go. Now it's working. And now we produce. I wonder if we're doing the contracts too quickly. Right? Might be the case. Because we're really getting new resources all the time that I don't have any idea about. Composites. How much would be that? Can we purchase them? Could purchase them. We need 20. Ooh, that's a bit steep. Let's also sell something. We have lots of components we could sell. At least a bunch of them, like 50. Let's sell 50 components. That's a bit of money. And money is what we need. Next in line, finally, the microcircuits factory. And in this case here, let's have them... we don't need more space. Let's actually transform some of the drones again to the mining drones, so that we can continue with more here, because I would probably like to have this factory then in this area somewhere. And we're also almost out of rare earth minerals now, but there's still lots of that in stock, so more production for now. And we're... oh, there's also here a tiny problem. Now it's coming back again. Just making sure that everything is working here. There we have a problem. Consisting of what exactly? Because both belts are going in, but it's not getting it. So I noticed that some of my belts are not working after the game gets updated a while, right? This looks a bit fishy. Let's have the belt settings. They're both activated. Power should be fine. Try to restart. Let's try to salvage and build that again. This one and this one. Okay, I can't build it anymore. No. Right, the high voltage power system has been unlocked, so with this we can go into farming and cooking technologies now. With a bit of science points we should easily be able to do this. Let's actually push this to the highest level there, so 12 days it should be finished. And with that we get the kitchen, hydroponic farms and dining table. So this is basically my requirements here, my last requirements that we have now. Okay, so I think I know the problem. They have an input, right? If we're building it, I have an input tab for the titanium and the metal, and I did it vice versa here. The thing is, it was never a problem before because it just adjusts itself then, but it doesn't do it here, nor can I change the conveyor settings, right? I can change it with this output, but I cannot change it for the input. So it seems to be really fixed to this type of input. So I will need to, in this case here, to make it clean for the future as well, I'll need to delete the whole thing here, and we just will have a whole new input setup here that we need to provide them with. Oops, that is not something I want. So there we have it, and in all its glory, this is now delivering the input to the right area, right? And we do need a tunnel for each input there, because there's no overhead at the moment. And after a while, both of them are now working. Another thing learned. But now the excavation has finished, so we can actually go ahead now and have ourselves a microcircuit production. This actually needs once again 2 inputs, so I assume it's a fixed input once more. So we do need to get our silicon that we have on the other side of the base. So there's my silicon storage actually. So here it gets out. It needs to get to the other side then. We could also I'm going to have a microcircuit production somewhere over here because we definitely want to keep a bit of space between all factories because I don't know how many resources we're going to need at some point. So I'm just trying to kind of like squeeze it in then somewhere over here with the input to the side where yeah, the materials are coming in, the basic ones then. Let's start with the first one. I'm also going to need a new wire setup, so we're going to use this one here already. We're kind of like pushing then over here into this area, and here we can make the connection then as well. Now onto the belts. This is a bit of a tricky one because we need the silicone coming out here, right? And yeah, we are probably going to add more specific spaghettification, as it's called, into this whole mess. We have the smart concrete. The smart concrete, though, I think will never need an input in a factory, though. Don't quote me on that, though. So I'm going to make me a conveyor here that we can do. And then, of course, the input here and the output. And then it continues all the way over here to my factory inputs. We're probably going to make it somewhere here then. Right. And then like this. The thing is, we do have, as you can see, once again, the different inputs. So this one will be the inner belt, right? Just in case we are having then several of these factories there. And this one goes over here. Back at the paid lab, since we do need a bit of social, I would like to go ahead with this one. And we're paying, yeah, let's pay 50,000. There you go. And next in line, we can then move the scout right over to the next points of interest. Call for help. My cargo truck has also arrived and got the resources. Very good. So I think we're just going to put it back home again, because there's nothing else here to pick up for now. Alright, meanwhile, the microcircuit factory is coming along. There you go. Input is coming in and microcircuit production is up. This looks really cool. And also its respective storage then already as well. Takes quite some time to produce one. Holy cow. I will build a second microcircuit production right away. The thing is about these, we can also then just sell it nicely, right? And yeah, let's have the next bulk then here already. And
Director, we have reached the CPU power limit and cannot continue construction or order drones. We need to free up space to install new data centers.
Alright, I cannot build this factory anymore, as we don't have the capacity. So I need something new, and that is probably going to be not so easy. At the same time, kitchen hydroponic farm has been researched. Very good. By the way, we can expand our CPU limit already. And there it is. The CPU data center needs energy. We have all the materials. It also needs microprocessors. Now, we found quite a few of them already at the expeditions. So I can actually go ahead and build me those. And I think we need to build them in here, right? So in my living area, really. This needs staff? No, it doesn't. It doesn't need staff. So let's go ahead and just have me some of them. Probably here, right? Beside my... Yeah, let's go ahead and have 3 for now. Right here. This one's still not working. I tried to fix it by also installing an electric board right next to it. It's still not producing. I think it will produce based on demand then at some point. There's no water input, so perhaps we need someone delivering the water over, but there's nothing for it. Conveyor belt? Also doesn't work. Also not on the outside. So unfortunately, this is not really explained at all. We'll just need to find a way of actually doing this somehow. Now we have the rest though. We have the farm. That's for the life support. Hydroponic farm. We have all the resources. Yes, it needs slag. We have a new input for slag. That's great. And this is the farm. It's small. We're going to have the service area more or less here, right? So we can then also continue expanding this one and the living space a bit over here then somehow. Let's just get the farm, water, CPU power, and then we have some farm here. Let's start with 1. It needs the input for slag. Where is the input coming in though? There's no belt system really. So is it... Can we not automate this? So I think we'll always need someone then delivering the input somehow. Alright. Let's also build a kitchen where people can then cook something. We have the materials for that. this could be somewhere over here then. Oh, CPU limit. Yes, we need to wait for that. I would also like to open up a new silicon vein because this is not looking very efficient anymore, since we also have now permanent consumption of silicon down here, and we don't need silicon dust for the oxide for the smart concrete production. And up here we have more silicon. It's a bit far away, but with a belt it shouldn't be a big deal. So let's just go in and paint us a little corridor. And my drones will do the rest. There's also some rare metal again that we can use for rare metal production. Alright, the first data center has been finished. So CPU power is going up, and with that we should be able now to build me my kitchen. There it is. Let's have the kitchen in the living quarters, of course. Unfortunately, you cannot move buildings. It would be great because I don't know how many more buildings we're going to need. Let's have the kitchen area somewhere over here then. At the entrance. And then we need 4 beds. Right, we're going to have them over there for now. We're going to keep a bit of a distance there because probably there's going to need to be some space there for colonists to move in between. Next data center. Perfect. With that, we're having 20 more capacity now. Alright, we're also out of silicon because a lot of silicon is now wasted here on this belt. So I'm going to actually pause the belt for now. No more output. I want to save up some silicon again. This is going to take quite some time anyway. Rolling mill upgrades. Alright, organic growth. Carbon fiber factory. Factory producing carbon fiber from organics. This is something we need. And then here we have finally the labs with which we can then also directly produce science. The ventilation module combines the airspace from 2 rooms to distribute oxygen and heat. Medical block and big water tank. Let's go ahead with those 2. The thing is, it says that it's not plugged in, right? I cannot plug it in. There's only one type of wire. And this doesn't work. This does work for indoors. There's the utility pole. That's also not for this one. Let's try it again with this one. There's unfortunately nothing here for me that allows me to connect this right away. Connecting power transmission to the living quarters mounts to an external wall. So theoretically the living quarters should be powered up with this. In the meantime, we have now almost reached the excavation site over here. Oh, and the cargo truck has arrived. Let's put it in. This is a few more resources again that we can use. And my rover, yeah, stopped on its way now to this call for help. That's also okay. I'm probably waiting for silicon right now. There's my farm. We need staff now and then slag to produce organics. And out of the organics, we can then also make the fiber. There's the slag coming in. Perfect. So this is working at least, right? It's also powered. And it's producing now organics. Why this one is not powered, I have no idea. Alright, look at that. It needs to be right next to the ice melter and right next to the electronic boards. Unfortunately, really, it doesn't say that anywhere, nor do I get any hint when I try to build it, right? So there's nothing here, no indication of what I have to do. So unfortunately, this should be more refined. But other than that, it is working now. So we're producing oxygen, water, food. We have beds in the kitchen. Ladies and gents, I think we are ready.
Colonists will come to the base to work, not to relax. Build a fundamental science lab so they can help generate fundamental science points. And don't forget about the medical block. The healthier our employees are, the better they will be able to perform their duties.
Research complete.
Multi-regolith refinery. We are going for medical block. There it is already, right? Colonist hiring market then. How's it looking here? We're not getting more than one contract, unfortunately. I would love to do some minor contracts. Would be nice if this is available. There they are, very good. Let's just check it out. This gives me some science points here. For what? For 5,000 concrete, of course. Why not? Give me something more useful here, please. Now, that looks like something we can do. For 68 titanium plates, we get the credits and also science points. Let's do this and send the resources. There you go. Another contract. And yeah, this is a nice list here of things that we can do. Some of them actually have very steep requirements, while others are actually quite manageable. This one also seems to be quite fine, right? For the bunch of credits and the reputation, of course. We're also sending this one over then. There's a queue now of several cargo ships that we'll need. And for this, let's also reduce the mining again a bit. Get more logistics drones. This one has been finished anyway. In fact, let's stop all mining drones. And what we can also do over here now, we have the CPU capacity. Start the next extractor for silicon this time around. Right, still need the wiring set up. That goes then from this pole here. And we continue then onwards in a straight line all the way up here. And make the connection. And then we just need the belt and the refinery going all the way then to this area. There's the extractor, so here we just need to make the connection, right? Okay, this does not seem to work. There is something here. There you go. And pretty sure we need to upgrade this one here to the higher level. How can we do this? Is there a way? Upgrade the conveyor. There you go. And we can also upgrade the whole section like this. Easy. We have no money anymore, by the way.
The WES-45H station is located in a deep crater, the walls and bottom of which are covered with a thick layer of ice. Due to the slight tilt of the moon's axis, some areas always remain shaded, allowing ice to accumulate despite temperature fluctuations. In the middle of the crater is a small administrative and residential module, where a work shift resides. The station dispatcher contacts the rover as soon as it is detected.
So do you copy? Station dispatcher speaking. Our mining and filtration equipment has broken down and we lack the spare parts and free hands to complete the repairs. Help us fix the equipment to resume water supplies to the nearest outpost.
Director, our main account balance has reached a critical low, which poses a significant risk to our company's operations.
Yes.
I've analyzed the equipment's technical condition on the station. Most ice extractors require major repairs and all filters need to be replaced.
Alright, let's send resources and drones.
Several residential outposts depend on the work of this station. You made a noble decision, Director.
Also finish the contract, so with that we get some money in again. Holy cow, lots of reputation there too. And also lots of science output that we have right now. So repair the WES-45H station. That would be another goal here. Also, we still need the hiring, right? A fundamental science lab and a medical block on top of everything else. Wonder where we will have this. Haven't researched it yet. And completed. More science points again. That's what I like to see. And also we have 100,000 credits again. That was close though, right? Right, something seems to be wrong here. Slag. There's the slag input. Unfortunately, there's so much slag that we produce And the thing is, you can't just convert slag into concrete. You need the silicon oxide as well. So also in quite a high quantity, by the way. What should we do with all this slag? There's way too much of it. I could have some dump storage there. Dump all the slag in, or the general one. Oh, that's for small resources. Let's try this one here. And just find us a way of dumping all that slag into something. In the meantime, also my next mining center is up and running, the regular extractor. So that's lots of this now pumping it in. So we hopefully pump out more oxygen, more silicon again. And then we need the output. This is also strange. Why would there be an input for slag? Can I not change this one? Alright. So this needs to be an input here, and this needs to be an output. I cannot change it myself. Something I don't quite understand, honestly. Why it is like this. I could turn off the input here. No. Alright, so I need to go in a circle here, unfortunately. Not the end of the world, but still unnecessarily complicated. There you go. And then we're pushing the slag out here, so that this continues to work again. And it's coming in then here, slag. How much of that can we store? 9,000. Well, that should keep this off for quite a while. And here, I think the slag is coming out anyway. Yep, because we're processing that at least. There's no slag here. And then there's slag as well here. So for this, we should also get me a bulk storage. Somewhere. Where's the output for slag, please? Here, on that side. So that also my iron production is working again. I think it's only for those two anyway, right? Or is it also for my titanium? It's also for my titanium over there. This is something that we'll need to address at some point too. But for now, this will buy us quite some time actually. Alright, we need a fundamental science lab. There it is. I would queue this in. And then also the medical block that we're already researching.
I congratulate you. Our lunar production is so popular that companies are willing to approach us directly. Certainly this is great news. And by fulfilling urgent contracts, we will receive increased rewards and earn an excellent reputation. However, companies will expect us to be supplied in remarkably short time. If we can't meet their expectations or if we frequently reject their requests, they'll think twice next time before contacting us.
And we certainly don't want that, so we need to push up production. There's another iron deposit over there that I would like to use. Let's just build me the extractor. And here we have our smelting furnaces, and here we have our refiners. I'm probably, I think, one of them. Wait a second. These are upgraded already, yes? Alright. Yeah, but now the slag comes out, so it should then actually just work again, right? Because it was not working because of the slag. But what I can see is that we can actually supply one refinery then, and this delivers it then to the furnaces. Yep. Right, so let's just build the refinery actually right next to it, where the iron is coming in. The iron is coming out, of course. Here. And then here we have, let's have another furnace just to be sure. Here. Next to them, right? Because there's the output then. And here comes the output. Connecting this. And this is then the input. So we're going to make this one up here. And this one goes up and into this factory. Actually, we could do it like this, right? So that we connect them a bit. Business is booming, and of course we want to make more money. The urgent contracts have been unlocked now.
Reputation of our company depends on them.
And there's also a new iron production now up and running. Let's actually upgrade this. Now we don't have the money, unfortunately. Colonist hiring market, very good. Let's also have a look at my contracts there again. And perhaps we can fulfill something here. This looks actually... Ooh, 500. Actually, that's a lot of resources for very little money, now that I think about it. Might be more valuable to just sell it off the market. 45 components, 12 microprocessors for 28,000? This is nothing. If I sell 12 microprocessors on the market, we get 19,000 out of it. Actually, no, this is buying. If I want to sell the 12, we get 15,000. Yeah, it's okay. Then we can actually do this one. And let's accept and sell them and send the resources over right away to get the reputation. Better reputation, the better contracts we'll get. Right, I think also all the data centers have been finished by now. And I'm going to build me another farm as well, honestly, because it takes a long time for this to produce. Contract completed. 367,000 relations? No, 367.335. So that's not that much. It's a tiny bit of increase here that we have. This looks nice. This is urgent actually. So there's no money reward here, just reputation. For lots of silicon, not worth it. Alright, so far so good. We have now the full foundation, so I'm just waiting now for a bunch of resources, and then we can finally get the first humans here into the colony and start researching and using them directly in the factories then as well. So far so good. Stay tuned.